Okay, we're back. If you're watching us from Swansea Comics and Gamescom, we're just having a brief break there to refresh ourselves. So we continue with our journey. Again, content warning. You know, we are playing a game of horror violence in the mortal realms. So you arrive out
in the world.
You arrive outside the Memento Mortis. It is as funerary processions go by, chiming bells and gongs as they inter the honoured dead. Lines of monks of the Temple of Sigma march, carrying a tomb of some king or a lord or noble of the mortal realms. The Memento Mortis sits within an ancient ossuary there, and obviously is filled with bones and skulls, and within it is much the same. There is gambling going on, there is raucous singing, and there are soldiers of the local guard, and also Dwarding and elves of all kinds and of all sorts from across the mortal realms and in Shaiish. There are members of the funerary orders and masters of death magic who also sat there discussing matters. Yes. What more can I say? David, your character has some knowledge about Shaiish and that, and maybe a bit about Glimsforge. You've been here before. This is a wonderful bar that you've been to. It was found. It dates back a long time. You also know that it's built into the side of the founders of this have a long. The founders of this inn go all the way back to the very first colonials from the Nordrath Mountains and in Azir, who were warrior mages who decided they wanted somewhere to really get wasted on a regular basis. The city obviously is still recovering and people are chatting. They're kind of suspicious when anyone new walks in. And yes, there are numerous guards and merchants and so forth within the inn. It's rather dark. There's candlelight. Candles are sat on skulls. The wax melting down around them, and the bar is the bar itself is actually one big gravestone. That's obviously being the name of whoever's been worn away, but you can see some inscriptions to Sigmar and so forth upon it. The innkeep is a dwarven who's behind the bar, who wears who's got a necklace made of finger bones, along with the more typical dwarven clothing. And his beard is grey at the ends, but he stained it purple because, you know, when in Shaiish. All right, you scoundrels, you're new here. Welcome to the Memento Mortis. What can I do for a drink?
You got any of that old new whiskey?
Old whiskey? Oh, man of some.
Get a priest on it.
We've got Ulgu whiskey. How do you know we sell that here? Not many know that we trade that here. Ulgu whiskey. Brings out a couple of shot glasses, which look like the hollowed out ends of some creature's femur, and pours them in. After you.
For the priest.
Oh, for the priest. Oh, my dear, this'll do you good.
No, I really have a drink problem. I really shouldn't. So.
Well, how about a nice bit of? How about a nice, refreshing ale from Greywater Fastness? We've brought in.
Do you have tea?
Tea, yes. This tea is known as the Banshee's Song, and it grows on a mountain far away from here, and is brought in. And it's said that as you drink it, you hear the songs, the chants of your dead grandmothers.
Oh, could I have the decaffeinated version of that tea then?
Yeah, you could have it decaffeinated, and winks to the fellow Dwarden. Yeah, decaffeinated.
Decaffeinated. Yeah, I know. You go sit down on a table, dear. We'll bring it out to you.
Oh, thank you. Okay, and I'll toddle off.
I'll let you know that in my home game of Soulbound, they went to there's a particular bar in Anvilgard, which basically is an elven wine bar, which is ridiculous to run. Elves are
Amazing.
snobs. But anyway, yes. You obviously any other drinks or there's even the equivalent of what look like peanuts in a bowl made of the top of someone's skull.
As I take the drinks over, I will drop the shot of Ulgu whiskey into the cup of tea.
You bastard.
Excellent. We don't have a drink alcohol roll in this game, unfortunately.
No, I've spent far too long running Warhammer Fantasy, so...
Yeah. Anyway, what do you want to do? Who do you want to speak to? What are you up to?
Rafa, this is your expertise.
Yeah, who are we looking for again? Who's that elf?
No,
Who's up
we
now?
found the elf. They're dead. We want whoever hired
not-
them.
Not literally 30 minutes ago. Gosh, we should really talk about this because you can't remember. Oh, it's so sad.
We didn't kill him. Don't worry
Oh,
about
that's
it. We didn't kill him.
I know.
No,
But we need to
But we
find out who hired them and what for.
or even identifying whether or not they've been taking side jobs lately. Here,
That's what I meant. Clean your lug holes out. All that black powder and witchy craft burny stuff that you do. Anyway, Dane will walk around the pub, kind of rub elbows with people he's probably met there before, like local traders and stuff, and try and get some information from people.
Okay.
I have diplomat, but I've forgotten what diplomat does.
I think you want to use Guile. Guile is the classic.
I'm going to look at what diplomat does because I don't have guile.
You have advantage on opposed tests when attempting to resolve a conflict, gauge other people's moods and intentions, and tell if people are lying. Additionally, you're well thought of and respected, and most people act courteously even if they don't particularly like you.
Oh, that could be good then.
Oh.
Also, I'll see what diplomat does for Dane.
Way.
I'll say there's a whole bit in that which I think the last line don't particularly like you. I don't think anybody likes me.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get advantage on opposed checks, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I'm depends how you want to do this, Chris.
We could do it as opposed because they will be using their. They'll be using their. I guess they'll be using their guile to hide their intentions and be careful
guessing
about
the
what they're
person
talking about because
specifically-
there are
well,
there's dodgy
doesn't want
dealers
them.
here.
The person
okay.
we're looking for doesn't want us to do stuff. I need to remember what advantage is.
That basically
Ups
means
the
you.
difficulty by one.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
And you want me to roll mind and guile
Yeah.
as well? Does anybody mind if I use a soul fire?
Go for it.
given that this is quite an essential part of the mission, finding out where it came from, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, fine.
Okay, I got 3 6s then.
Okay. Yeah. You get enough
successes
successes on the contested roll because I got 1 success. 1 6. Because you were obviously made it easier for you versus them. Right. Yeah. You take some time to talk to the various traders and hoodlums and gangsters and so forth who are mostly lurking in that bar, and then you finally find a rather ill-natured and sleazy guardsman of Glimsforge, who clearly is getting paid on the side to by various criminal gangs to allow rackets to go on and so forth. They're sat there, they've got the type of armor that you expect of the free guilds. He's got a long beard and he's smoking a pipe. And, with a bit of convincing, a little bit of money, he's like, okay. So that, and you put that sword, you got the assassin sword, you put it on the table. Yeah, I've seen him around. He's He's a wily fellow. I've had a run-in with him, but, I paid him off, and we do our business. His friends bring in that whiskey into these parts, and other things, I hear. They can get things in and out of the city, things that you wouldn't ever have believed. Yeah, I saw him in here.
Get things in and out.
Yeah, he's been, I saw him talking to some fellas. They weren't the most talkative people. They wore their armor and they spoke to this. I saw him with this chap, tall, very pale, whitish hair.
Was it?
I don't know his name, but I saw the livery he wore. He had a cloak under, but I saw on his doublet underneath. It was a stag and a moon. Yes, a stag and a moon. I overheard their conversation, speaking of the Verlin tombs. Very old tombs, very old family. The stag and the moon, though, I believe. Have you heard of a city called Mournhold?
GM, have I heard of a city called Mournhold?
You've got understanding of Shaish. Do you want to roll it?
Yeah.
Difficulty 4, needing 2 successes.
So mine.
Sorry, I just realised my character, the voice of this guy is based off a character of the Fast show that I was watching last night.
Is it Fast Tony?
No, it's the guy that goes, pianist, hardest job in the trade, isn't it?
30 years, man and boy.
Yeah. Anyway, what you get, David?
5
Excellent.
successes.
Nice.
Mournhold, otherwise known as Ulfenkhan. And the livery is that of the family of Vossheim, who, word has it, once were nobility of Ulfenkhan and now vampires.
Oh shit.
Oh, right. Yeah, I've heard of Mournhold. It's not a place I want to ever go back to. That place went bad, and it's staying bad.
Yeah,
Don't
things
tell
have
the
really
witch
got
hunter.
much bad since that necroquake. Raduka, I think, is
That bastard's still around.
tithing blood from all within the city. So you think that fella is a vampire?
I didn't say anything like that. Forget you heard anything. Nothing's happened here.
I wonder. I heard that they were camped outside the city, you see, the Vossheim. I saw from a distance, their banner.
Right, okay.
So maybe some of them have made it within, maybe helped by
If,
this.
if the elves are snaking things in, then yeah, they're definitely in here. Don't you worry about it. Here's a bottle of that old goo whiskey.
Oh, thank you, Squire Dwarden.
that.
Thank you, Squire.
You've never seen me, right?
Yeah, not seen you either, boy.
Yeah. Right, cool. Right, guys, I'll wander off and go back to everyone. I didn't hear anything. There's nothing wrong here. Nothing bad is happening. We're all good. We're gonna have to get a boat. Gonna go speak to some Caradrons, and we're gonna leave the city. It's all good. Nothing bad has ever. Nothing. It's all good. Don't worry.
Dane,
Well,
your,
we've got
your
to-
eye is
What's
twitching.
here?
Your eye is twitching. I know what that means.
So David, the
Does mean I
Verlin
get to set Dane on fire now.
just to make it known, the Verlin tombs are within Glimsforge.
Yeah, no, I want to leave.
Oh, you just want to leave?
I know Dane wants to leave.
You're right, good. Just making sure no
Yeah,
wires crossed on the
he's fully
information
aware
there.
of what's meant to happen, but he's like, I don't want to deal with anything to do with Radikar. I know who he is.
As you then leave, the Memento Mortis with your information, unless you want to do anything else there.
Well, I'll let them not try and bring it out of me first.
I'm gonna
Ply me with alcohol. You are
Yeah.
quite clearly aware that I'm not telling you the truth.
I
Bernie
will
just
just.
do's by force.
I'll look at Kryler. I'll like toss a coin for who sets Dane on fire.
Why
Dane,
do you want to set me on fire? I'm telling you the truth here.
I think I would petition to your heroic status as a soulbound to want to remove this blight from the city.
I don't want to be a soulbound.
It's tough.
Anyway, a long story short, they eventually find out what it is. And
Some
I
holding of him over the
And
upstairs
then I'm like,
balcony.
and that's why we're friends. We're friends trust each other, like just spouting rubbish like that. That's your.
And
Just
then
tell
I'm
us the
walking
truth, we'll
I've
understand.
taken the whiskey back from the guy and I'm just drinking it, trying to forget what we're about to do. This stuff ain't half bad after half a bottle. Yes.
Of
So
course.
To establish.
The drinking you're mostly doing to calm your nerves in the Memento Mortis is brought to us an abrupt end as the gongs sound outside in the city. Bells are ringing. This is an alarm. You watch as those soldiers that are, having a break and not at their stations, in the end suddenly look alert and grab their gear and leg it out. So the Glimsmen rush out, heading towards their posts. You also kind of look out the window and you see stomping past at least maybe a half dozen of armored figures in black and gold. These are the anvils of Heldenhammer, another warrior cast of the Stormcast Eternal, another what's the term for it?
Chamber. The Stormhost.
Stormhost. Joining their fellows of the Hammers of Sigmar in their gold and blue, rushing to the city. There is panic in the streets, and then someone rushes into the inn. The undead. There's been mention of the undead. They are massing outside the city.
It's a good day.
I told you.
It's a very
Nothing's going
good
on.
day.
Never
Right.
a good day when this.
We need to make a decision here, don't we? We either rush to the defence of the city, or we head to the tombs and clear the cancer from within. And I would vote the tombs.
It's a ploy. Stack undead outside the city so the vampires can be within, wreaking chaos. We go for the tombs.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I
As soon
agree.
as Comrade says that, I'm up.
Hey,
Yeah.
excellent.
Imbal's like,
taking
Imbal
another
does-
couple of bottles. I think we courage.
Yeah, everyone's panicking. Dane is looting the bar.
and Belle does that British thing, goes right, slaps her knees, and then takes a big swig of tea. Whoa! And goes, not realising.
Good here, isn't it?
Powerful tea, that.
Right.
You grab your gear, you get up, you finish whatever drink, and you storm out of the inn, heading towards where the Verlin crypts are, armed with the information that you have. Everyone else is heading basically in all the other directions as you're heading towards these ancient tombs. As you get closer, you see in the distance black-clad soldiers, and even from afar, you see one of them on its tattered cape, the same stag and moon emblem of the family of Vosheim, as they slip within the entrance to these ancient crypts. And you know that from here, it likely leads very, very deep underground. So, I guess you're entering the crypts, yeah?
Can I use my trader's cash to provide everybody with a torch so we can see in the crypts?
Okay, yeah, sure.
I am loading nightmare rounds into my pistol.
Brilliant. You do know that when you fire nightmare rounds, you suffer nightmares for a number of nights afterwards. Nightmare rounds are not fun things to use. They are actually nightmare rounds are shot made from grave sand.
Spirits. Yeah.
They're made from grave sand.
Yeah.
I
know
love
what's-
them.
You know what you need in order to worry about that? You need to be alive, and Conrad quite likes his chances at being alive as long as he's using the nightmare round.
As long as they only affect him, we're all good.
Inbal, you know that ruby we got?
Yes.
I don't suppose you know how to use it, do you?
Well, I was trying to look at it under the table, but I didn't want to cause any alarm. I guess if we're in a side alley of some sort, can I get out?
I think you'd be hard pressed to use it because it likely requires someone that can actually channel mystical energy through it, rather
It's too
than
complicated for the time we have. I think we should press on. Into my pocket.
In which case, then I will hand to everyone else. I will hand an Akshi fire stake to Kryler and to Inbal, and I'll sort of offer one to Dane. Just be like, no, all right, I thought not.
No more
They're
fire for me,
good.
please.
They're good against the undead. All right, it'll help.
yeah,
So
basically they
I'll
count as
against
magical
the undead.
attacks against undead,
Standing behind you.
and I think they're
Yep.
I've put them as piercing, so they're quite good against.
They also have the ability to be thrown
Yeah,
in case people want to.
in case you want to go
and that's
full
subtle.
Wesley Snipes on people. Yeah, right. You descend, you head into the tombs then, and it is narrow and cramped as you wind your way through the corridors, going deeper and deeper past alcoves that contain small shrines to elders and ancestors that have long been forgotten. The language is hard to read. That's sometimes inscribed on places. Other places you can easily read the language of Azir. It's got a particular term, hasn't it? Name. But you can read the old names of various nobles and priests and kings and queens of ancient times of the Verlin dynasty. But as you are going deeper, it gets colder, and there are no more candles because as you go deeper, they're more forgotten, and people don't go down this far. You can hear the echoes of footsteps in the distance as whatever moves ahead of you is moving with great haste. And before long, it's getting darker, and you're in danger of getting a bit lost. So I think someone needs to do some rolls to make sure you don't get lost. So,
Survival?
yeah, let me
And I'm a
see.
dwarf.
No, it's a mind plus intuition.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
But this is an extended
me.
roll. This is an extended
You are
roll
in
and requires
underground. I'm good.
it's difficulty 6.
Whoa.
Shall we spin the soul fire, everybody?
It's extended, don't worry. It just
I've
means
got one success.
every test that you make in order to reach the total that you need to get, which is a total of 10 successes, every test you make represents a period of time going by about 10 minutes or so. And every time this test is made, everyone has to make a difficulty 5 difficulty 4 needing 3 successes body reflexes not to take injury from stumbling in the dark and
okay.
rocks and blades. So the quicker you find your way through this maze of the dead, the better.
Right. So
Dane is going to die by falling over. Lost underground.
Don't forget,
The
everyone,
Warden is going to die underground.
Don't forget your toughness has regened.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
toughness will have regened as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
That doesn't mean anything.
Someone can
So-
hold your hand.
So as a point, the soul fire can be used on one of us who is rolling. Correct?
Yes.
No more than that.
But you don't
So
need to
who
roll
has
it.
the highest pool, so we can work out the fastest way to spend soul fire in that regard if needed.
Mm.
I'm on
Good
3.
shout.
I'm not.
I've got-
I would be hopeless on this.
So Dane has 4. So the best person to spend soul fire on is Dane. If I'm rolling to assist, full stop, I've already got 1 success on that first roll. So if we spent 1 point of soul fire, then on Dane's successes, that's 5. So we're halfway there in the first 10-minute window.
Do it.
That's a good idea, but that leaves us with 1 left, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
Which we'll have to hold for it.
we'll have to hold for the actual
someone
combat.
getting
Yeah.
slaughtered. Yeah,
I think
Okay.
that's fine.
but I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Dane will
Um,
sacrifice himself at that point if we need to do stuff.
I will make it. Okay, so rather than every test, I'll say every test that's failed.
Okay.
On trying to find direction. So far you're making your way around through the tombs. You have to stop yourself sometimes as you realize that it's almost like you walk out onto a complete precipice that you could have like descended down, and you're just looking out over ancient statues and just layers of tombs. It's kind of a bit like being in the Mines of Moria kind of job.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
They dug too deep.
Right.
I was thinking the halls of the dead kings as well when they're slipping and sliding.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You make your way down
There's
some
that spooky green one as
causeway
well.
and through some more tunnels, and as you are heading down, it's getting colder, and you can distinctly feel and sense on the walls this cloying emanation of death. In fact, and I'll say Krilla with the witch sight as well. This definitely helps you. You run your finger across the walls and you look at it. It's not a soul, but it's very similar. It's ectoplasm, the very stuff left behind by ghosts as they pass through things.
Oh, great.
Night Haunt.
Okay, you need to make another mind intuition roll to get down there. You're halfway.
2 successes this time from me.
Okay, you're good. You make your way around, and
So we're on 8.
you walk over a large arching bridge that looks down into a deep pit. You're about, let's just say you're mostly about 20. You're about 20 stories up, and below, and you can see this tall statue, which Dane recognizes is one of these heroes of the Verlin dynasty. They were great sailors, and you now recognize the face of one of these, of this ancient lord. And you can see the glow coming up from below, and there is a collection of figures outside this tomb, doing God knows what, intoning a language which you do not know, but it certainly sends a chill down your spine.
Guys, while they can't see us, is there anything that we can drop on them that will get rid of them without them noticing? Like any
got your
magic
whiskey
stuff
still?
or like rocks? Can we like make the rocks fall, everybody die?
Fire. Fire is the best thing for dealing with the undead, Dane. Have you got your whiskey still?
Do you want to set my whiskey? I've got no. I've got no more whiskey.
Pass it over. Right.
Rocks fall and everybody dies when rocks fall. Rock falls in tombs are bad.
You're going to make another
Up the
roll
whiskey.
to get down there? Because, you might be running out of time.
I think we need to go quickly.
Yeah.
I'll immediately start just scattering down anyway, silently as I can.
There you
I've
go.
got 1 on my dice roll.
Okay, you're a little bit closer. You're off that bridge and into more. You're kind of
No, we've
winding
now
your
got
way
10.
down the
Yeah,
side
that's
of
the
this
10.
great pit. It is, perilous keeping your footing. You almost slip and like do a full
No one.
Samwise Gamgee down the staircase. But no, you're fine. You're getting closer. They're outside this crypt, and you can see this figure trying to work this strange mechanical basically giant lock, trying to open it up. The lock is clearly made of mystical metals and elements, and I guess it's been sealed by some powerful magics.
We'd stop them now.
Mm-hmm.
How far are they in terms of swinging range? Could we charge in at this point?
I would
We
say
can
you're
start
now at the
blasting
point where you are. I'm going to say you're mostly 4 stories above them. So you're on one. You're coming out on another bridge that goes over it. You're 4 stories above them. 2 stories down is another bridge that goes off at a different angle. Then there's the main pit, and then there's the area in front of the actual tomb itself. Just give you the idea of the zones, and then there's the causeway itself that carries on further down. So you could jump from where you are right now onto the bridge below, or jump all the way down and land on one of those figures.
I'm doing the second one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was about to say I'm about to do the second one. I've got an idea for what I'm doing as I'm falling as well.
So I guess it's going to have to
He's
be
good to go into his backpack, pull out a rope, tie it around himself, and slowly lower himself.
It's going to have to be some athletics tests. I'm
Yeah.
going to say jumping.
Yes, I actually put athletics.
Let's see. I can't remember if there's what rules they've got for jumping around in here. It's likely under falling, isn't it? There we go. 140. There is some rules for it.
I'll say Imbal's like, okay, and it will start running the long way round because there is no
Dane has
way
got-
she's jumping.
If
Dane
you
is using
fall,
one of his trader's caches
Per
to pull
10
out a rope, tie it around himself, and like
1 damage for 10 foot, and 10 foot's a story, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
So a
So
shortfall.
4 stories potentially.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to
40
do-
feet of damage.
Body
4
athletics
points of
or
damage.
body reflexes,
Yes,
And
that's
that'll
what I was
reduce-
hoping for.
and that will reduce the amount of damage you take.
Right.
Sweet. What numbers are we looking for?
4s.
4s. 2 successes from me.
Yeah, you land and you do a nice roll, landing crouched,
Well,
looking down onto the pit.
Well, as I'm yeah, because they're one more zone below us still, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay, but they're one zone away.
Yeah, they're basically it's 2 stories down, but
gonna hail
it counts
him,
as
he's
a
gonna
zone
hail him.
away.
Yeah, as I'm falling through the air, I'm pulling out the pistols, and I'm gonna hail of doom them with the nightmare rounds.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, this will use up all your nightmare rounds.
I am willing to make that sacrifice.
It's two 20-foot jumps, isn't it? That would do
Yeah.
it effectively.
Well, before you get to the shooting, let's make sure everyone has descended
Yeah.
as they feel appropriate.
Oh no, I'm taking the long way around.
You'll go down the steps.
Yeah, I'm like, quiet, have we there? So yeah, which makes sense because I'm gonna go late in the round anyway, so it's fine.
And plus, you've got miracles that mostly can work at a bit of range, so that's good for you as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
I've leapt down, and I'm gonna petition you to let me try another jump in a minute as a charge action.
Yeah,
Cool.
I think that's fair. Okay. And David?
Dane has pulled out a rope out of his sack and is lowering himself down on a rope.
Okay, that's
I
fine.
will-
That
I
is
will-
your
I will-
action.
Because of that. Yeah, I'll take it as a slow action because I'm very nervous, mildly drunk, and not wanting to be involved in a fight.
Okay. So our Witch Hunter and the Ideneth land quite elegantly, doing cool commando rolls as they go or whatnot. Or I guess the Ideneth lands in a classic superhero landing, or like Spider-Man, basically. You're pulling out your brace of pistols and taking aim, and you're
Yep.
just AoEing the area. Go on then.
Yep.
Yeah.
As
Kill
Conrad
them
begins
all.
to mutter the catechisms of the witch hunter and begins to unload. Okay, right. So that is 3, and I have a focus which turns that 3 into a 4 rather, which is 4 successes.
4
So they need
successes,
to- 4 successes.
and they have
because
to
I
roll body reflexes.
Body reflexes difficulty number is 4.
Okay. Right. Okay. And the other lot.
I don't know.
I know. No, because
catching them
I'm gonna
completely
treat
unaware
I'm
of
gonna
this.
treat them as 2 swarms. You fire at the gathered group, and you pepper them with shots, and the nightmare rounds scorch through their bodies, incinerating parts of their clothes, shattering bone. They are not people, they are skeletons beneath them, beneath their clothes, beneath their armor. They crumble as you've basically killed you got 4 damage, was it?
I've got 4 successes, and the damage is equal to the difficulty.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
The difference in difficulty.
Yes. So they're poor. Yeah, so that's good. Yeah, you annihilate a whole load of skeletons basically with your shot. You'll just go. Pow, 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 pow. The noble stood before the tomb, turns round, bearing its fangs, and just points. Kill them now. They won't stop me, servants. Meanwhile, because you've got the surprise on this round, Krilla, you're gonna jump.
Oh, can't hear you currently.
I will jump and charge.
Okay.
So I'll do my jump, see if I avoid the 2 points of damage from the jump. Yes, got 3 successes.
Okay.
And then I'll charge. So
So what's before you?
sorry.
There is the vampire. There are 2 rather more bulky soldiers, and then there's another swarm of skeletons.
Is there any way I can get to the vampire, or am I going to have to fight my way through?
You're gonna you can land between the swarm of skeletons and these other guys, but there's no way to you can't you would
Yeah,
have
sure.
to jump to a really long distance.
Yeah, no, sure. I'll jump there so I'm in front of the bulky ones.
Yeah.
And then swing at one, and then I'll use my metal to swing at the other, basically.
Okay. They've got a shield, so they're good, and they're carrying a rather rusted blade.
Cool. So because I've charged, my attack goes to great, but my defense has dropped to poor.
Excellent.
So I'm going all in and swinging. So if they've got a good defense, I'm hitting on freeze.
Wow.
This is sounding oddly familiar.
That is 5 hits, so 6 with the Talon Hook. And the Talon Hook, if it does any damage, if it gets through their armor, restrains an opponent.
So how much damage was that then?
6.
6. It bites
they've just
in.
lined
It
up a
cuts
shot.
through, shattering through some of the shield, biting into the armor, but it's not very easily knocked
Yeah.
down or harmed. You mostly crack part of the helmet, revealing the gaze of this rather the remains of this skeleton that glares at you with balefire glowing eyes. Yeah. Who else is going to do something from a bit of a distance with your surprise? Oh, have you want to do another metal?
Metal to attack, and
Yep.
because this guy's now restrained, any 6s I roll do 1 more damage because my executioner trait.
Cool.
So, I'll turn that into a 6 then. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with the S.
Wow. Okay. You pirouette and smash the skeleton asunder, leaving it as a crumpled mess as the other tall and also armored figure strides slowly towards you, rising, bringing up its cruel rusted blade to bring it down upon you. Who else is then still to attack with kind of more of a surprise attack? Conrad's had his with the shooting because that's what initiated the surprise. So we've got David and we've got Fiona with what you want to do.
I assume because
Davey's
it's going
just
to take me.
screaming, "Yeah, fuck you all!"
I think it's going to take me a little while to get there, so I'm happy to forgo the surprise round on this because I am taking the long way around rather than jumping down.
Yeah, you might need to do some dispel of magic though. Quite
Yeah,
Quite
I will-
possibly.
Can
easily
I-
do that then. Yeah.
Can Dane, as he's like swinging on the rope, kind of slowly lowering himself, just take a pot shot, make it a really difficult shot because he's swinging on the rope. But try and
Yeah,
take
sure.
a pot shot at somebody.
who are you going to shoot at?
Um,
You're going to shoot the vampire, aren't you?
I'm going to attempt to shoot the vampire.
Go on.
But I'm really. This is just not going to happen. So I've got 5 dice. What's his defense?
Defense is great.
Oh dear.
I'm hitting you on 5s.
Wow, that's pretty good.
And you know what? I'm going to use my training to turn that into a 5. I get 5 points of damage.
Really?
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, 5 points of damage. Okay, so let me just mark my vampire's toughness. Yeah, you fire it, and it looks at you like superhumanly fast. Looks in your direction, and then the bullet kind of slams into its chest, and I think you've just annoyed it, really.
I just go, oh fuck, let go of the rope and drop.
Okay, right. So we're gonna do some initiative order those that have been attacked. So the vampire turns and is going to let's see. It's gonna spellcast first. So let's do that. What am I rolling for spellcasting? Mind.
Dane is hiding.
Okay. Okay. Do you want to try and unbind the spell then?
1,000% I'd like to.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, stop it! In the name of Sigma!
I am running in full plate.
Oh man, this is not great. What did I need to get? Sorry.
You need to get. I've rolled the difficulty number on the spell is rolling is a 6. I rolled 1 6, which is all I needed.
I also rolled 1 6.
No.
You have to
You gotta
equal or
beat
beat.
it.
Yeah, you gotta beat it. He
Gotta beat it.
Can you not spend a training?
reaches up.
No, nothing. I've got freeze otherwise. It wouldn't make a difference.
Reaches up and with his clawed fist, and you see it wreathed in glowing green flames, and you watch all of the undead around you, their eyes just flare into life, and they're moving a little bit faster and a little bit, just looking a little bit more lively.
Oops.
Okay, cool. So he's acted. Then the other, we know it's a grave guard, will turn on Krilla and it cocks its head almost as if a bit annoyed at what you did, and then will launch itself towards you to attack. So it's melee is good.
My defense is now average because I charged.
Yeah. Okay. So body plus that's 2 of those. So you said average, so I need to get 3s to hit. That is 3 successes with the white blade. So that does 4 damage, and the blade is cursed. If the white blade deals damage, the target's defense is reduced by 1 step. The effect lasts until the target prays during a rest or makes a successful soul devotion test. Yeah.
No.
So you're cursed now.
And
And
they're cursed anyway. He's used to it.
Yeah. We don't got no souls to curse.
oh, I should have used the metal on the vampire to do something else. Other than that, I'll have done a arcane bolt at the dwarf who dared shoot him. Same dice roll again to arcane bolt.
Just as a point, he may want to be shooting Conrad, because Conrad did also shoot him, because it's all enemies in the zone. So I would have hit everyone.
Oh yeah,
down
Conrad
there
is
with
a
the
good
witch.
Conrad is a nicer target in that respect. Yeah.
Yeah, having
big
just
behind the
shot
floor.
every single person in that area.
Yeah.
Let me see. Arcane bolt. 4-1. Okay. Yeah, and I don't even need to consult the target's defense, do I? It just shoots.
No. Yeah.
Brilliant.
It's just a succeed and you do that many damage.
Yeah, that's pretty nasty. You take 4 damage as this bolt
minus
of
armor, or
necromantic.
does it
Yeah,
ignore
minus
armor?
armor. Yeah, so you take a bolt
Okay.
of necromantic damage. It mostly hits you and slams and starts corroding your leather and any armor that you have. And then the swarm of skeletons is going to start rushing towards the dwarf and the priest heading up the staircase. And that's the end of the turn. So we can now start on proper initiative order, which we know means the vampire is going to have a massively high initiative of 8. So it's going to go first. With inhuman speed, will charge into Krilla. So charging means I get +1d6 for the attack, but the defense is reduced by 1. Yeah, that's fine.
No, your attack rank goes up by 1.
Oh,
So you go from like great to superb or
yeah,
whatever.
because it says charge gives 1 +1d6 for the attack on the. Sorry, I'm
Oh.
looking at the screen. If it goes up by rank, that's still fine.
Yeah, it goes up. It definitely goes up by rank. That sounds like a
Sounds like a weird little typo.
yeah.
Charge. You cannot charge the enemy in zone. You gain +1d6 to your dice pool for the attack, but your defense is reduced. It doesn't matter.
I've done that wrong.
Doesn't matter anyway. +1d6. So
Only takes a live broadcast on the internet to learn the playing rules.
And you'll never.
yeah, don't worry.
People will always remind you.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You should watch us how we play other games. We're just like, fuck it, get on with it. Anyway, the defense of Krilla is really bad because you're cursed.
Poor
Poor.
now.
Oh, I'm just hitting on 2s. Oh no.
Because it was average for charging and then poor. Then poor for.
No.
We may need some healing pretty
It's a new round
soon.
of combat.
Oh, it is a new round of combat. That's right. So it's average.
It's average. Yeah. That is 7 points of damage minus armor.
Okay.
Oh, it's got rend as well.
Rend only
Each result
activates
of
if you
6 reduces your armor after the attack is done. You lose a point of armor.
Okay.
It cuts through your scale mail. This horrific, and it's a think Castlevania. It's got Alucard's long pointy sword, bastard sword.
If I survive this, by the way, I think I can kill this guy in one go. I've had a think
Do
about
it.
it. I've had a think about it.
And then having done that is going to spend a point of metal to do Deathly Invocation again. Because why not? Which succeeds. We're going to have some more priestly banishment of
Yes.
this.
Yes. Stop it. I said it once. Don't make me say it again. I know. Oh, it's a little bit better. What was the What was the DC again?
You need to get a 6. You need to
I
get
got-
2 6s.
Okay, so I've got 1 6, but I can use my focus now to make it 2 6s.
There
Excellent.
we go.
Yeah, you
Whew.
prevent him invocating his dead, empowering them. Bloodline, whenever a vampire kills or wounds a non-undead character, they recover 4 toughness from that attack as well. So that's good, yeah. From the attack on Krilla. This isn't going to be fun. Anyway.
She didn't wound me.
Oh,
She
yeah.
did damage, but she didn't wound me.
Oh, yeah. Kills or wounds.
Wounds.
Yes, sorry. It's
Yeah,
wounds, yeah.
Yeah.
Outright kill, yeah, that's a good point.
Defended by the book.
Hit me, it's too funny.
Right, the initiative of everything else is likely too slow. Initiative of Graveguard. Initiative is 4, actually. So whoever's got higher than 4.
6.
Go on, Conrad.
Okay, Conrad.
Right, okay, so I've used up my nightmare rounds. They're all gone.
You're
But
having bad dreams tonight.
Yeah.
I'm probably having a lot of bad dreams tonight after that
You
one.
could certainly leap down with a certain firewood stake and try and go for
That's
the
exactly what I'm
vampire.
gonna do. So I'm gonna leap down and make the charge action, and try and stick the vampire with my Axi fire stake. So first off, the reflexes roll to avoid taking the damage.
Yep,
2 successes.
that's fine. It counts as a
that's-
charge action, so you get +1d6 to the attack, but the defense is reduced. The defense of the vampire is great.
Yep. So I'm on good, which means I am 2 steps below, which means I'm looking for 6s.
One
Do
step
you
below.
want to spend a
One
metal
step
to
below.
double your training
Do I have any training in it?
on the attack? It's a melee attack.
I don't have. Oh,
Weapon skill.
that would give me 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, I do. You know what? So that
You're
would
hitting
turn my
5s as well, so
hitting on
Yeah.
5s, and my dice pool would go to 6. And this counts as magical versus undead.
Obviously, I've made up the stats for Akshai firewood stakes because, I was just like, yeah, let's make them up. They sound kind of cool. I think they're just knives, but they do they count as magical attacks against vampires, against undead.
So without moving close to that, I'm going to take a picture and post that in the Darker Days radio thing for you. That's 4 6s.
Ooh, wow. Okay.
Yes.
As I just come like flying down, hammer in one hand, stake in the other, pound the stake into the vampire.
Yeah, you drive that into its chest. It's not dead, but it's really not happy. It staggers back, leaking thick ichor from its wound, and the firewood stake is burning, and it just wrenches it out. Right, we're gonna wrap up kind of soon. Yeah. We will keep going. So that's a great action. You've spent your metal.
Spent my metal already.
Okay. I'm gonna do the grave. Okay, do you want to do your action on 4? I'm going to do the Grave Guard. The Grave Guard's going to go for Conrad and likely miss.
I'm gonna shoot the vampire. I know he's in combat, but fuck it.
Yeah, the Grave Guard.
That's my Discord.
So that does 2 points of damage, but it's going to hit your armor.
No, it shouldn't be.
What's your armor on Conrad?
2.
Yeah, okay, so it's fine. You're not cursed. You don't take any damage. And David, you're
I
gonna.
got 4 successes on the shot.
You're shooting the vampire. Yeah. Okay. So that's a hit. That's 4 successes. Yeah. Okay. 4 successes. That's totally all his toughness gone, and 4 successes. That leaves 3 damage. That means you've dealt a serious wound. So you've done 2 wounds. He's still standing. Which means we're round to the skeletons charging up the staircase towards our priest. The skeleton's got initiative of 2, but the priest surely has.
That one I say around the other thing. Okay, is that any better?
And go first, everyone.
I am going to attack.
If you've got stop and logged in.
Do you wish to use some soulfire?
Not yet.
Do you want to spend some metal?
Nope. Basic attack.
Basic
Oh,
attack.
Krilla's got shenanigans here.
Right, that's 3 hits, so 4 damage.
That's 4 damage, so that does 2 more wounds.
Fantastic.
Still standing.
More importantly, they are now restrained.
There we go. Soul fire.
Now I will attack with Soulfire. So
I'm not going to let you. I don't agree that you can do
It doesn't matter. Doom goes up. So that's
Can I have you
6 dice at 6s, doing 13 damage.
Yes.
Wow, that's a full-on get over here.
Yeah.
Have you got you've got a firewood stake on you because you got it palmed off onto you, so you could.
No. I want remove the head. That's the way to.
That's
Excellent.
been your whole.
Yeah,
character.
you
Yeah.
pull them towards you, and at the same
Yeah, with
time
one, and then
rend their entire head off, clean off their shoulders, and the vampire is now dead at your feet, and around you the skeletons crumble into nothing.
So you now have a vampire soul.
yes.
Oh my god, you have a vampire soul.
Yeah, that would count as a
Legion
whatever.
soul.
Yeah.
Soul. It's the champion or chosen.
But it just shows you actually how much you needed to do in order to kill a
Everything,
vampire. Like you could have got
everything.
pretty brutally murdered as well. That required everything. So we'll leave it there because this is kind of like we might even pick up with this as maybe the characters have to go all the way to the city of Ulfenkarn in future when I do a stream based on that. I just want to thank everyone for taking part. It's been great to run some Soulbound. I hope you enjoyed this little bit of shenanigans in Glimsforge, and it really I hope it captured the feel of Age of Sigmar. If you're new to this, if you're new to Soulbound, head over to Cubicle 7's website. There you can order Soulbound, you can order the GM screen, you can order lots and lots of wonderful hard copy books they make. They are fantastic quality. If you pick up the GM screen, you'll get a booklet which myself and David have written in. Wow, hey, that's pretty cool. There are plenty of cool PDFs online as well, which you can buy directly from them, or if you prefer Drive-Thru RPG, whatever your poison is, that's great. If you want to listen to more stuff, you can go over to www.darker-days.org. There you can find our episodes of Darkhammer, which cover Worlds of Warhammer RPGs. Obviously, if you want to listen to more fantastic Worlds of Warhammer kind of content, go over to Full Metal RPG, and they have their Realms of Fire episodes, which Rob is one of the hosts for, and that I will be guesting on soon and talking nonsense. That'll be good fun. Obviously, if you're interested in the world that was Warhammer, tomorrow at 8 p.m. BST is Warhammer Fantasy RPG, The Enemy Within. That campaign still goes on. They're still in Bogenhaven, still getting drunk at a festival, I believe.
No.
Three-legged goblins now.
Oh, right, great.
We're focused on three-legged goblins and definitely not dealing with the fact there's a demon under the city.
Oh,
And
good
you
fun.
will be joining us for that one at some point soon.
Yeah.
Some point, unfortunately, not tomorrow, but soon.
Excellent.
Yes.
And of course, next next week we'll be back on Dark Days Radio running Iron Kingdoms RPG, the Immortality campaign, also at 8 p.m. GMT on this Twitch channel of Dark Days Radio. Of course, finally, thank you to Swansea Comics and Games Convention 2021 for hosting us and hosting the panel earlier today. Sorry about the technical issues. Please support them in everything they do. It is great. Support your local conventions, because I know Gen Con and UK Games Expo, they're great things, but local ones are good because A, you don't need to travel too far to them, and B, they need the support, and it's good because you get to meet lots of people locally that you can game with. So yeah, that's cool. I think that's everything. So I'd like to thank everyone again for taking part, and we will we'll see you soon when we stream more stuff and podcast more stuff. So goodbye for now.
Wow.
Bye.
Bye.